live with another one, okay? We are live with another one, and I'm sorry to say this, but I have to make a whole video specifically about Bo Nickel. I have to, okay? I wasn't going to, all right, but then I recently I recently watched his interview, and Bo Nickel was out of his mind, guys. Guys, Bo Nickel is out of his mind. Okay, he is out of his mind. First of all, let's start. Let's start with the performance. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, Paul Craig had Bo Nickel so scared of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that he refused to use his main weapon, which is wrestling. He did not go for any takedown against Paul Craig. Let's start there, which means that already shows you 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 were totally afraid of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. You didn't want no part of that. Okay, so that already showed what type of mindset Paul Bo Nickel has and had coming into that fight. Not even one takedown, guys. Not even one single leg. Not even a single leg to a high crotch. Nothing. Nada. And the dude specializes in wrestling. But Paul Craig had him so frightened of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that he didn't even use any of his wrestling. All that, wrestling since I was like, 5 years old, didn't even use it. Out of here. Let's start there, okay? Then, let's. In this interview, he says that he was really disappointed at the commentating. After I heard him say that, that's when I knew for a fact that this guy is a fucking nightmare to work with. I'm just telling you the truth. He would be a nightmare to work with. Bo Nickel would be an absolute nightmare to work with. Bo Nickel will be absolutely a nightmare to work with. And why do I say that? Because how are you going to be mad at the commentators? Why are you mad at the commentators? They're doing their job. Unfortunately, Bo Nickel, you don't know how to do your job. All right? Because your job is simple. It's simple. Go in there, perform, be entertaining, okay? And try as hard as you can to really come out with the W, but bring a show. Give a good showing. But no, Bo Nickel was pissed off at the commentators because, basically DC, stated that he's not ready for Chimaev. That it was wrong of a lot of people to bring up Bo Nickel, in the same sentence as Chimaev. Guys, all DC was saying was that Bo Nickel was obviously not ready for top-notch, top-tier competition. And that's a fact. Why are you getting mad at the commentators? This shit don't make no sense. And this shit ain't gonna fly over here. It just isn't. It's not gonna fly over here. I'm gonna call it as I call it. All right, and I'm gonna say this right now. Bo Nickel, it would be a nightmare to work with. He said, according to him and his friends, his people that he surrounded himself with, bunch of yes men, apparently, they basically told Bo Nickel, hey man, you did great. You did great for that fight. You had full control of that fight with Paul Craig. How you doing, man? What's up, man? Like and subscribe, guys. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. You might as well click that bell notification, guys. You might as well do it. It takes minimal effort to give me that thumbs up. Minimal effort, guys. But let's go back. Okay, let's go back to Bo Nickel, man. The guy is surrounded by a bunch of yes men. How are they gonna tell him that he was in full control of that fight, and how are they gonna tell him that it was a good showing and entertaining fight? The fight sucked. Bo Nickel is not ready for top tier competition. Whoever said, you know, that oh wow, Bo Nickel, he's the future of of what? He ain't the future of shit. I don't even know who the fuck brought up Chimaev, you know what I mean, and Bo Nickel in the same sentence. But I tell you what, Chimaev went in there and dismantled the Reaper quickly, swiftly. It was as quick as you can blink. Okay. And here we are. We have Bo Nickel, a guy in the same sentence as Chimaev, having a three fight, a three fight stand up striking, battle with Paul Craig, an older Paul Craig, guys. Guys, Paul Craig has had Bo Nickel so afraid of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu that he threw away his wrestling, guys, Bo Nickel sucks. I'm just being honest. I'm being transparent. Bo Nickel stinks. Okay? And he needs to go to other gyms and surround himself with other people who are not yes men. Because right now, I don't know what's going on with this guy's mind. I really don't. I don't get it. I won't get it. I'm not going to try to understand it. To me, it's stupidity. Bo got it done. What do you mean? Paul lacked on the takedowns and didn't utilize his skill. What more did Bo need to do? Bo needed to do nothing. Actually, Bo needed to do absolutely nothing. Actually, all right, because I don't want to see Bo Nickel fight. The guy is not entertaining. All right, especially after, guys, he went 3 rounds with Paul Craig. Okay, like I said, Paul Craig had him so frightened of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that wrestling that he started, that Bo Nickel wrestling that he started when he was basically in his mom's womb, he basically threw that shit away. Didn't even use it. If you're afraid of Paul Craig's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my guy, there's a lot more issues at hand that you need to worry about. Yo, bro, what's up? What's up? How you doing, Aryan? How you doing? How you doing? Bless everybody. Like and subscribe. Give me that thumbs up. It takes minimal effort. Might as well click that bell notification, guys. You might as well. Bro literally glitched. You just sound like a hater at this point, bro. I don't know how I'm a hater, man. I'm stating facts. You could put that fight on. If I was showing people for the first time, mixed martial arts, and I put on the Bo Nickel and Paul Craig fight. I put on that fight, and before that fight, I was giving a lot of praise to the wrestler in Bo Nickel. Basically telling them, hey, he's a great wrestler. He's most likely going to go in here, go for a double leg. If you don't get the double leg, he's going to go move in to a high crotch, take the person down. It may most likely ground and pound. It's going to be a terrific fight, guys. No. We got the opposite, guys. We had a wrestler turn into a striker because he was so afraid of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I sound like a hater? I sound like a hater, and yet we have Bo Nickel basically stating that he was pissed off at the commentators because the commentators told him that he's not ready for top tier competition. Who's the hater? Who is the hater? In my opinion, he is the biggest hater. Bo Nickel is the biggest hater of all. You know what I mean? What, you got pissed off because they're basically saying facts? It's factual, guys. He's not ready for the top level competition. I don't want to see him fight. He's not entertaining. His wrestling, obviously, it wasn't. We didn't get to see it against Paul Craig. I really want to see him against somebody who actually knows how to strike really well and that has great wrestling, just as good as him, and some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I want to see how he does then. Haven't heard much facts other than you've mad he didn't wrestle, or what? Help me understand your point. I'm not trying to be a dick, but if Bo is known for wrestling and not striking, why wouldn't he try? You stand up for the wrestling to increase his skills and stand up. To stand. Guys, my point is right here is that Bo Nickel should never be in the same sentence as top tier fighters. Point blank, point blank, period. For every person who ever brought up Bo Nickel and saying that Bo Nickel is the future, that's a lie. They're selling you wolf tickets. That's my point. My point is that he does not belong in the same conversation as some of the fighters that I hear this guy, basically people saying that his wrestling is so good. I would love to see him against Chimaev. Like what? It doesn't equate. It doesn't make sense to me. That's my point. My point is that the guy is surrounded by yes men. Because apparently, in this interview, he basically states that him and his team basically said that it was a great fight, it was an entertaining fight. Last that I checked, the crowd was booing, guys. The crowd was booing. I'm sorry. Are you not retarded a little bit? Are you not a little? There's something there. There's something wrong in your brain if you really think that you were entertaining and that the fight was good. If the crowd was booing, get yourself new coaches. Start using your wrestling. Most likely, the reason why he didn't use his wrestling was because he was afraid of getting submitted. I bet you that's what it was. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. If you haven't seen him against Gordon Ryan, go watch that. Okay, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't that great. Not even his defense is that great. He's most likely a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu defense. I'm just telling you the truth. The guy is not good, guys. That's my point. You could say the same thing about Oliveira just a few years ago. Please do not bring up. Are you talking about Charles Oliveira? Please do not bring up Charles Oliveira in the same sentence as Bo Nickel. I don't want to hear this shit no more. I really don't. I don't want to hear this shit no more. Every person is going to be held accountable from here on forward. I'm sick of it. All right. There's no way. There's no way there's a person on YouTube right now telling me that we could have been saying that about Charles Oliveira a few years ago. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you seriously out of your mind? Charles Oliveira always had great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Charles Oliveira always had tremendous potential. Tremendous potential. Okay? Bo Nickel doesn't have that. Okay? Just doesn't. I'm sorry. He's not good. He's afraid to take chances. Charles Oliveira was never afraid to take chances. Never. Fuck out of here. Bo Nickel deserves nothing but great things in his career. But in this show, I'm going to call it as I call it, and I call it that he was afraid. He was afraid of getting submitted by a older Paul Craig, okay? A guy that, look, he has good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he's no, he's no fucking specialist. You know what I mean? We're not talking about any, Damian Maya type of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. We're really not. We're really not. Okay, we're not talking about that type of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And apparently Paul Craig, Bo Nickel was so afraid of his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that he just threw away his wrestling and decided not to wrestle. He turned into a striker real quick. It went 0 to 100 real quick. And, he's out here being pissed off at the commentators. His fucking team told him, "You did great. The fight was entertaining." I hope they were telling him this in the back, because if they were telling him this, while the fight was happening, the crowd told you enough about what they thought. Okay, they were fucking booing. All right, they didn't give a shit about what was going on, because it just was not entertaining, guys. It just was not entertaining, not even a little bit. Okay. Not even a little bit. He definitely don't belong in no main card. He belongs in the early prelims. The early ones, the ones that they don't even show on television. Look, I might be going overboard with what I just said there, but look, guys, I don't even think he. I mean, because a lot of people want to say that Bo Nickel is an industry plant. You know what I mean? And from the looks of it, he kind of does look that way. You know what I mean? Just because of the type of fighters that are, that the UFC has put in front of him. I mean, look at his resume; it speaks for itself. Um, I honestly think Bo Nickel he would never be a champion. Maybe I'll be wrong in the future, but in my opinion, I don't think he will be. How old is Bo Nickel? Let me check how old is Bo Nickel real fast. Let me see how old this guy is. Nah, bro, you're whack. Finally, really wasn't that bad. Sure, it wasn't a dick riding rolling match. Who wants to see that? But at least we got to see Bo's hands. Are you serious right now? You got a chance to see Bo Nickel's hands? What hands? What the fuck are you talking about? His non-existent hands? The dude don't have no fucking striking. What are you talking about? You see, half these fans out here don't even know what the fuck they're looking at. It makes me fucking sick. You think Bo Nickel has hands? You think Bo Nickel has hands? Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Let me rewatch that fight just to bore myself. You know what I'm saying? And go see what type of hands Bo Nickel has. Let me see those hands. Fuck out of here, bro. How old is Bo Nickel? How old is this fool? I'm trying. I'm trying to see. All right. Oh, damn. Okay. So he's 28 years old. Only growing. I think you just don't like his confidence, and that's cool, bro. Just say that. I don't know who says I don't like his confidence. You know what I mean? For instance, um, I like Chuck Liddell's. I like the BJ Penns. I like the GSPs. I like the Anderson Silvas. I like the Randy Couture's. I like the Rampage Jackson. I like a lot of fighters that are highly fucking confident, highly fucking confident. All right, that's not it at all. You see what I'm saying? So you make no sense. You make no sense. Okay, no. The reason why I think Bo Nickel sucks is because he sucks. I'm sorry, and it makes it even worse that he's 28 years old. He's not a young man. He's 28 years old. You telling me in the next whatever 5 years, you really can see him become a champion? I don't see it. Both 54, 85 total strikes. Paul 48, 130. I don't give a shit what the statistics were. I don't care about the stats. I don't care about that fight at all. What I'm telling you is that the fight sucked. The fight was not entertaining. Okay? The fight sucked. The fight was not entertaining. The crowd was booing. Okay? And that's an old ass Paul Craig. He went to decision with. That's not a young Paul Craig, guys. That's an old ass Paul Craig. An old ass Paul Craig basically had Bo Nickel so afraid that he threw away his wrestling. He threw away his greatest tool in his toolbox. He threw it away and said, "No, I'm not going to take my chances and wrestle against this wizard in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu." Guys, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. Literally does. It makes me sick. He's 7-0. Great. He's 7-0. That's good for him. That's good for him. He's 7-0. Have you looked at his record? Have you looked at the people on his record and the people who he had defeat? Name me 3 people he's defeated, besides Paul Craig. Name me 3 people he's defeated besides Paul Craig right now. Bam. Rapid fire. Go ahead. Don't look on the internet. Go ahead. Rapid fire. I bet you can name one. Okay, because they most likely not even in the UFC anymore. Okay, let's be honest. Doesn't need to take you and your crowd. Almost all wrestler fights are boring. As fuck. Sorry, he didn't want to hug the guy for 15 minutes. So exciting. I'm sorry. Um, I highly doubt. I'm just being honest. I highly doubt Bo Nickel would have gotten a takedown. I'm just being honest. If he didn't use his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I mean, if he didn't use his wrestling because of Paul Craig's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that tells me that he was highly afraid. He was scared. Okay, which means he didn't want to get embarrassed in front of that crowd and basically get nullified with his wrestling. Can you imagine if Bo Nickel would have went in there and actually tried to wrestle Paul Craig and he wouldn't be able he wasn't able to take down Paul Craig with his wrestling. You know what a joke Bo Nickel would be then. I already think the guy is a joke, but if he would have went for 10 takedowns and gotten only 2 out of the 10, oh my God, that would have been the talk of the week. He couldn't even get, he couldn't even nullify the takedowns against an older Paul Craig. You know how that would have sounded? Guys, I agree to disagree with you, okay? But Bo Nickel needs to surround himself with a new gym because, like I said, he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men. I don't know how your corner is gonna tell you that you're doing great and that the fight is entertaining when the fucking crowd is booing. I just don't understand it. Uh, that took a long time. That took a long time. You didn't know those bodies. You didn't know those people. Get out of here. And half those people, like I said, are not even in the UFC. Guys, it took the guy a long time. It took this guy a long time just to look up the information. If he knew it right off the back, it would have been came out rapid fire. All right, rapid fire. No, it took you way too long to get that. You just looked on the internet. You used Google real fast, and you looked it up. All right, gotta go have talk in the circle talk. Oh, of course, you gotta go now. You gotta go now. Bye. Have a good one. All right, have a good one. Gotta go to his job. Gotta go to work. You know what I mean? You know how that goes, guys. You know how that goes. You can't take the L. Can't take the L like Bo Nichols should have taken the L. I'll tell you that much. Talking about fucking commentators. Oh, the commentators. Oh my God, they didn't do a good job of sucking me off. Fucking bullshit. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like and subscribe. Click that bell notification. You might as well give me that thumbs up because it takes minimal effort, guys. It literally takes minimal effort, guys. But the topic of discussion right now is what's next for Bo Nickel, and is Bo Nickel overrated? I definitely wasn't impressed with by his performance. His performance to me, it showed a lot about his character. Okay, it really, really did. Um, and in my opinion, uh, I don't see him as the future of anything. I don't think he'll be a champion. Uh, there was a person on here talking about uh, there was a person out here talking about that Bo Nickel. At least we got a chance to see Bo Nickel's hands, and I don't know what he was talking about. I really don't. You know, what I mean, his mother must have fed him beer or something or crack cocaine as he was a baby. You know, what I mean, his mama must be a crackhead, and he must have been in the womb as he was taking the drugs because this guy made no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? This guy made no fucking sense. Talking about, oh yeah, was it, at least we got a chance to see his exciting hands. Bo Nickel has hands. What the fuck are you talking about? Bo Nickel has no fucking hands. Okay, non-existent. Okay, what the hell are you talking about, man? You sound stupid as shit. Your mama was a crackhead. You was in her belly when she was doing crack cocaine, and unfortunately, it's gotten to your mind even to this point, years later. It's so sad. It's so sad. You know what I mean? This is the tragic. This is the tragic stupidity of some people, you know what I mean, that call themselves UFC fans. You know what I mean? It's nuts to me, man. It's nuts to me. Uh, you should tell your mother to clean herself, okay? To cleanse herself, okay? Because the dumbest thing she ever did was not wear a condom because she had your ass, okay? Your mother is the village bicycle. Everybody had a ride, okay? That's what it is, okay? So shut your fucking mouth. Uh, Bro, that's so disrespectful. That's great, man. That's great. You know what I mean? Don't disrespect me and you won't get disrespected, okay? Don't go out of your way to try to, you know what I mean, disrespect someone, you know? Because usually that other person is going to go out of their way to disrespect you as well, everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes. You know what goes around comes around. You know that. You know what it is. That's good, man. That's awesome, bro. That's good, man. I bet you say the same thing about your own mom. You wouldn't even you wouldn't even touch your mother. Oh yeah, you wouldn't. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy out of here because obviously he's with the piss group. You know how that goes. Bam. Let me grab. Uh, JJ, actually, no, that's not the reason why, man. That's not the reason why. You see, you wasn't here before that, you know. So before you come on here commenting, JJ, go worry about yourself. Go look in the mirror and go worry about yourself. I bet you got a lot of worries in your life. Okay, you probably got a lot of worries. You probably committed a lot of adultery. Okay, you probably have a lot of issues in your own life. All right, so go ahead and look at yourself in the mirror. All right, and reevaluate yourself. Okay, because what you did here was you commented on a situation that you had no part of commenting, because obviously that person was attacking me on the comments here. I was being very, very nice, but now obviously I had to change it up. You know what I mean? So go ahead and self-reflect yourself. All right. And go help yourself and go help your kids if you have kids. You know what I mean? Because you're wasting your time here with me. It's if you are a mother, it's sad to see you on here. It really is a sad story. You're out of here. You're gone. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe. Okay, click that bell notification. You might as well give me that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of haters out there, guys. We're done talking about Bo Nickel. You know, in his non-existent hands. You know what I mean? And you know, his non-existent wrestling. His ability to just nullify Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu by never even, you know, getting into it, basically. I'm done talking about it. Um, you know, let's talk about haters, okay? It's very important that you get this type of information out there, okay? Haters are gonna come and go, man. Haters are always gonna come and go. They're gonna be a part of your life regardless. They're gonna be in your coattail, like, you know, basically dingleberries. Okay. Excuse me. But you gotta do your job and you gotta do you. You know what I mean? You gotta continue doing you, cause everybody has a story. You know what I mean? Everybody has a story, man. Everybody has a story, especially if it's a story about a person they don't like. They always have a story. You know what I mean? And you have to be comfortable with being someone's bad story at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because there's just a lot of people out there that are just nasty and sick. Okay? They're nasty and sick and they're just totally unhappy within themselves. So they want to drag people down with them. So they plot, plan, cheat, lie. They do all types of shit. You know what I mean? Behind people's backs, and not knowing that, you know, what goes around comes around, and that's a serious offense, man. And the worst thing you can do is, you know, do bad things, do bad, you know, in Spanish we call it maldades. You know, when you do bad things on people, man, that shit comes back to you hard, man. because it doesn't only come back for you, it comes back for your loved ones. It comes back for your kids, it comes back for your parents, it comes back, and it keeps coming back. And the more and more bad things you do in this lifetime, you best believe your next lifetime you're gonna have some some answering to do. All right. And that's why that's why a lot of people get stuck, and a lot of people say, oh, there's generational, uh, you know, basically a history of bad things going on throughout their generation. And it's like, yeah, the reason why is because you keep doing what you're doing, just like the generation before. It's a sad story, guys. It really is. Because karma is a motherfucker. I seen it with my two eyes. All right? Karma is a motherfucker. And when karma comes for someone, I stand clear of it. I stand clear of that shit. Because it hits you in the oddest places. Places where you wouldn't even believe. Places where you would start thinking and asking, damn, how can this happen to me? Why is this happening to me? When in reality, if you just took a look at yourself and started, answering these questions, reflectively, you'll start noticing that, damn, all that plotting and planning and lying and doing bad things behind people's back, it finally made way back to me. So try to do good, man. That's why if I ever encounter people, I don't give a shit if you've done bad to me. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about any. As long as you don't put your hands on me, as long as you don't try me physically, we're okay. We're fine. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could, you know what I mean? I could still do me. You could still do you. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. You know? It's one thing to be an animal, but it's another thing to be a human being. You know what I mean? And for me, I know how to be a human being. You know, I know how to be a human being. But at times, you gotta be an animal. You know what I mean? Just to show these human beings that you have the capability of being an animal. And unfortunately, something has to give. Long story short, don't go out here plotting and planning, guys. Don't go out here plotting and planning, because karma will come for your ass. All right? And it comes in many different ways. It comes in many, many different ways. Okay? And, one quote that one of my friends said, one of my close friends, man, one quote that he always told me is, when somebody goes out of their way to plot and plan on you, then you have to go out of your way. You have to go out of your way to plot and plan on them. No matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes. It could take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10 years it could take. But wow. The 10-year plan, huh? But yeah, guys. I'm done talking about the haters. I'm done talking about Bo Nickel. I'm done talking about his non-existent hands, his non-existent wrestling. And I don't want to hear him in the same sentence as, top-tier fighters anymore. All right, he definitely belongs where he belongs, and that's in the bottom of the 15th. That's my opinion on that one. But what's next? What's next for the UFC? What's next? What's going to happen with Jon Jones? A lot of people think Jon Jones is going to come back and he's going to fight. I happen to think that was his last fight. In my opinion, I happen to think that's gonna be his last fight. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think John Jones makes an appearance. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. Do not think John Jones makes an appearance. I think that's gonna be the last time we see John Jones step in the octagon, and that's my opinion on that. And we finally got the headliner for UFC 310. All right, with Bilal Muhammad pulling out with a toe infection. That shit look nasty. We got Ian Gary stepping up. Ian Gary stepping up fighting Shavkat. And Shavkat is a monster. Shavkat is undefeated. He's number 3 ranked, I believe, on the welterweight division. Um, I mean, a lot of people think that, like I said, I keep saying this. A lot of people think that Shavkat is gonna dog walk Ian Gary, and he's gonna beat the shit out of him, you know. And I happen to disagree. I don't think Ian Gary goes in there and gets beat up like that. I think he gives it a good showing, and unfortunately, he takes the L. It's most likely going to be a unanimous decision or split decision. I won't be surprised, but I do think Shavkat takes the win. Um, and I didn't think Kobe Covington will be making an appearance. I honestly did not think Kobe Covington would be making an appearance in 2024. I thought sometime in 2025, most likely, in the springtime of 2025, I thought we'll see, Kobe Covington try to come back. But, we got an early comeback. He's coming back. He's taking on Buckley since Ian Gary was scheduled to fight Buckley. And now Ian Gary is scheduled to fight Shavkat now. We got Buckley versus Kobe Covington. A lot of people are saying Buckley is going to beat Kobe Covington because, Kobe Covington looked washed up in that Leon Edwards fight. But I really happen to believe that Kobe Covington did go into that fight hurt and injured. He did mention in an interview after the Leon Edwards fight that he suffered from a broken leg. He went into that fight with a really, really hurt leg, and then I guess during the fight, his leg ended up completely, breaking and whatnot. I mean, if you go watch that fight, he was very timid. He wasn't going for any takedowns. He didn't look like himself. So possibly Kobe Covington did look, or not did look, but possibly he was injured going into that fight. Uh, so I think we're gonna get a good showing from Kobe Covington, and I don't think Buckley beats him. I still think Kobe has it. I still think Kobe is still on the top tier. He's able to compete at the top tier level, and I think he's gonna show that. I think he's gonna show that with beating Buckley. And then we got hopefully we got DDP versus Chimaev. Hopefully they book that in Africa. I really really want to see that fight. I think Chimaev is definitely uh, the next guy up. I think Strickland and Adesanya should be the Ultimate Fighter coaches. I'm gonna keep selling that. I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm gonna fucking die on that hill. I think uh, I think the UFC needs to book that. Adesanya versus Strickland, 2 Ultimate Fighter coaches. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, guys? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a good one, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. But yeah, guys, topic of discussion today was Bo Nickel. You know what I mean? I was talking earlier about Bo Nickel and how, I thought his performance was lackluster. You know what I mean? I wasn't impressed by his performance at all. Um, I thought uh, the way he came in there, I thought that he went in there afraid, and it showed. Wake and bake time. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. Get it done. Get it done. I wonder how many people wake up in the morning and smoke. I wonder how many people, and not cigarettes. You know what I mean? Not cigarettes. But how many people wake up and smoke some ganja? I wonder, man. Gotta be a high percentage. You know. Boss interview was hilarious. His eyes were black and his lips were swollen, talking about he never got hit. Thank you. Thank you. There was somebody on here, okay, grower. There was somebody on here actually arguing with me, basically telling me that, because I basically said that I can't understand how Paul Craig, a old ass Paul Craig, okay, not a young man, a old ass Paul Craig, and Paul Craig is not a wizard in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He's good at Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but he is not a specialist like Damian Maya, okay? And Paul Craig turned Bo Nickel into a non existent wrestler. That's basically what I said. And this person basically told me, oh, but at least we got a chance to see Bo Nickel's hands. I don't know what the guy was talking about, man, because Bo Nickel has no hands. He don't have any stand-up, bro. Okay? That stand-up that you saw against Paul Craig, that was that sucked. Okay? That's not even stand-up, okay? Craig is tough though. Bo knew better than to shoot for a takedown. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if he had enough cojones to go in there and use that wrestling that he's been, using since he was like 3-4 years old. I wanted to see that, because then it would have told the real story about who Bo Nickel is, who really he is in the center. And right now, in my opinion, if you can't put away Paul Craig, an old Paul Craig, I don't want to hear you in the same sentence as top tier fighters. Is Bo fighting at 205? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I believe he's fighting in the middleweight. Or, yeah. I wouldn't say he's fighting at the middleweight division. Bo and Alex Pereira would be fun to watch. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Okay, Gore. He shouldn't be in the same sentence, man. There's no way that Bo Nickel survives 30 seconds. 30 seconds with Alex Pereira. There's no way. He gets front kicked in the head instantaneously. Okay? That's my opinion on that. Bo Nickel doesn't deserve to be even in the same sentence as the double champion. No, hell no. Fuck no. Bo Nickel gets destroyed. Oh, Bo can't stand him, but Alex has no grappling skills. And neither does Bo Nickel, because apparently Paul Craig had him so frightened that he was no longer a wrestler. So, hey, if he's afraid to take down Paul Craig, I think he'll be afraid to take down Alex Pereira, because I think he'll be afraid to get knocked the fuck out. If he's afraid to get submitted by Paul Craig, then he's definitely going to be very, very afraid to get knocked the fuck out by Alex, going in for a takedown, knowing that Pereira has knockouts with both his knees. Okay. Bo takes him down. It's over. Get the fuck out of here. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, bro. You're out of your mind, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Oh God. I bet you Bo Nickel can't even take him down. I bet you $100. If I had $100 right now, a cash, because these days it's hard to get $100 cash. Everything's on fucking card. If I had $100 cash right now, I will bet you that the real reason why Bo Nickel didn't take down or attempt to take down Paul Craig was because he is unable to. He is not able to take guys down who are at a certain level in mixed martial arts. Wrestling in the Olympic level is totally different from wrestling in mixed martial arts. And it's totally different wrestling at the UFC, highest level. Paul Craig and Bo Nickel, you might think he's a wrestler, but if Paul Craig turned him into a non-existent wrestler, trust me, he's not going to use his wrestling against Alex. There's no way. Izzy couldn't take Alex down. Well, Izzy took Alex down. Izzy took Alex down, and tried to control him, but he still got back up to his feet. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to see Bo Nickel against, a top tier fighter. You know what I mean? I want to see how he does against them because I'll tell you what, if he was, like I said, if he was afraid to try to, go in for a takedown against Paul Craig, against elite fighters, he's not going to be able to even take them down. I'll tell you that much. I tell you that much, guys. Man, it's only. Wow. That is crazy. Man, this John jo- John Jones is number 2 in the pound for pound in UFC pound for pound list. John Jones is number 2. Man, this list is crazy, man. This list is honestly crazy. How is Sean O'Malley ranked 13th in pound for pound list? How's that even fucking possible? I don't understand it. What the hell? What is going on there, guys? What is going on there? I am not understanding that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. UFC Strike. What is that? What is this? This is digital collectibles. Are you fucking kidding me right now, bro? Are you kidding me? you, yo, if the UFC is not taking our money enough, bro, you with pay-per-views being so expensive now, you got to pay for ESPN Plus just to get the pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Oh my God! And then to go out to one of these events, to go out to a UFC event, you're spending upwards of about 1,400 bucks. And now I just went onto UFC.com and it's called UFC Strike. It's called UFCstrike.com. And now they have collectible. I can't believe the shit that I'm seeing right now. UFC is the biggest scam of all time. Like it literally is, bro. I'm watching this shit. This is crazy. You could literally like you gotta purchase this shit. Let me see how much this shit costs. I just want to see how much. I just want to see how ridiculous. This shit is sold out. Oh my gosh, this thing is sold out. That means people bought this shit. They bought this shitty product. I don't mean to diss them, bro. Wow. Let me see how much this costs. Oh, okay. All right. All right. This is like okay. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. These are like products for like $1, $9. It's like a souvenir type of thing. I honestly thought for a minute there we were gonna be spending hundreds of dollars just for this shitty product here. I was about to say that shit's crazy. Wow. Yeah, luckily not, because I was about to make a whole nother video on that shit. I would have. Promise you I would have. But yeah, guys, the next fight we got going on is Jan versus Figueredo. All right, that's gonna happen. In a few. When does it happen? It's 20 something. Like I think I thought it was the 23rd or something like that. Yeah, so it's right around the corner, guys. Literally this weekend. This fight card happens early as hell. You got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the main card, cause this happens in Saudi Arabia somewhere out there. It's gonna be an early one. But I will not give you guys my predictions on that one. But I will give my predictions most likely Friday as we close the week and whatnot. All right, and that's most likely what I'll do there. But there will be some upgrades. There will be some changes on this channel. I will be giving you betting odds and whatnot. But that will be for members only. So I'll be making videos, most likely in 2025, sometime in 2025. I'll be making videos of, your betting odds and who you should bet on and whatnot. And that'll be for members only, however. So once I get that going, I'll definitely make a video on it, on how you could become a member to get those videos. Because I do know what I'm talking about. All right? But I almost been here for an hour, guys. I've been here for 53 minutes. Okay? I'm done talking about everything. I'm done talking about Bo Nickel and his non-existent wrestling and his non-existent hands. And the hype train is over. Bo Nickel is not that great. He doesn't deserve to be in the same discussion as top tier fighters. And that's point blank, period. I'm going to end it there. Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe. Click the bell notification. Give me that thumbs up. It takes minimal effort. And, to all the haters, man, to all the haters, you got to love them, all right? You got to love them because sooner or later, they're all going to be gone, all right? And that's the truth. One love until next time. Peace. You know.